the narrative going out there from the media that you are just a racist if you don't like Ironheart. The reason it's getting this backlash, the reason it's getting bad reviews, the reason that fans don't like what they see, it's just because all the damn racists out there, Jay. It's MAGA trolls, it's racist, it's blah, blah, blah. Well, we finally have our first hint of what this show is performing like when it comes to the numbers. Spoiler alert, kind of exactly what we expect. Ironheart ratings in the gutter, absent from the viewership charts, at least for its first week. We get our first indication of whether Ironheart's a success, and it appears to be another bomb from Kevin Feige, as it's learned the show is absent from Luminate's viewership charts for the week the first 3 episodes were released. Now, we have different sets and ways of, measuring streaming ratings and numbers and all these different things. The Nielsen ratings are still kind of looked at as the gold standard of everything, but those come out very delayed. Those are like a month afterwards where you actually see those. Luminate is more instantaneous. The week after, you get a couple days, and then the Luminate things come out, and they usually end up tracking fairly similarly with a couple differences that you need to talk about. Luminate tracks things essentially from Friday to the following Thursday, right? Like that's kind of the ratings that they're looking at. Whereas Nielsen goes from Monday through Sunday. So the way they measure weeks is slightly different. So you do have to take that into account. But as you can see, all the most watched things on television, June 20th through the 26th, I don't see Ironheart here, Jay.
I don't see any Disney Plus.
No, there's no Disney Plus anything, in fact. And but no Ironheart. And keep in mind, this is just streaming originals. This is not counting things that are in syndication. This is not including 145,000 episodes of Grey's Anatomy or when Netflix brings something over like Suits or something like that. It doesn't count that, right? So we're talking even a more limited thing, just the originals that are on there. And Ironheart does not make the cut. Mobland, which has not released a new episode in fucking weeks at this point, is still hanging up there. And I would highly recommend everybody watch Mobland, by the way. The Waterfront just came to Netflix. I watched that whole thing this week. I actually really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was fun.
Watched the Poop Cruise.
I watched the Poop Cruise as well. I can't say I really recommend that one all that much.
Yeah, that was... You could skip that one.
Yeah. But, look, that means that it is somewhere less than 260 million minutes watched. And the reason the reason you can talk about these things and look at these things is because we have other data we can compare it to. For instance, for Daredevil, right? Which Daredevil was a massive disappointment in the ratings for them. Certainly. Huge. We do know when you go and you look at through these charts, the first couple days it was out, because we have 3 days of Ironheart in these numbers, just like we had 3 days of Daredevil in these numbers. And Daredevil in those first 3 days had over 300 million minutes watched. So, and that was with less possible runtime than something like Ironheart. Yet we know that it hasn't matched that. So it would indicate that it's even less people per episode tuning into something like this because it is not on the charts, fails to chart. And who knows how long it'll be before Disney puts out hey, we had 6.5 million viewers and we're so happy and pleased and everything, until you look and get some comparisons to other things. You're like, oh shit, so this did half of the Acolyte. Is that what you're telling us right now?
Jeez.
So I think in the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll get an announcement from that, like that from Disney. We'll see how long that takes. But here you have it.
Nobody cares.
Nowhere to be seen.
Nobody cares about this show. I think the most people watching it are the people that are reviewing it. And I think people are enjoying the people reviewing it than actually enjoying the show. So just to prove how and you guys are showing us how awful this show is. Just terrible. And not even Robert Downey Jr.'s FaceTime call could save it at this point. Do you think that Riri is going to make an appearance? Is there any evidence so far in what you've seen that she could possibly make an appearance in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars or something?
I think there's a chance in Secret Wars because I think everybody and their mother is going to be in that thing. Doomsday, probably not. Probably not Doomsday. If I was placing a bet, I think in Secret Wars there's going to be a million people in there, and some of them may be as little as the camera pans over them in a battle scene or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because how are you going to have the time for all these people?
They'll have like a girl boss moment where they're all like just kind of show up for that 1 second.
Yeah, and it's like the real Tony Stark gets like back somehow, and there's like a moment where she's flying through, and he's like, "Who is that?" And she's like, "I'm Ironheart, Mr. Stark." And he's like, "I like that girl." And then he like goes to do something else. Like that would be like the level of something that I think would possibly happen. But on Tuesday, the last episode is dropping. It's all going to be over. Like it's done. You know, like
Did
that's
Mephisto show up?
Mephisto will show up tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
When it debuts, yeah.
Sounds good.
Does it? It sounds good.
Sounds great. I'm very sarcastic. Sounds like trash. Sounds like they wasted a great villain on a show that nobody cares about, and they just put that villain in there in hopes that it will ignite some kind of a fan base that they've lost over the past few years, that they might want to turn in and watch this. But if Daredevil is any indication, I thought of all shows that would at least rank better than The Acolyte. And the fact that nobody cared about Daredevil either shows like, man, superhero TV drama series are in the toilet and they shouldn't be made anymore. They should stop this foolishness, stop wasting money, stop doing it. There's no reason. Nobody cares. Nobody watches. Nobody wants it. And just be done with it. Take a pause. Go to a beach. Stare at a painting. I don't know. Take time off. Stop doing this stuff. We're done with it. Nobody likes it. Finished. Go drink some juice.